14,000 people turned up in the Kombank Arena, and almost all of them were passionately giving their support for the black and white, who were playing Cedevita for the second spot in the final. The Croatians were the first to get the better of the game, with Nolan Smith opening the scoring, while it took Partizan more than 2.5 minutes to get going. Unfortunately for the many loyal supporters, they stayed at those 2 points for quite some time, while their opponent was readily getting away. 9-2 after Smith's points, then 11-2 courtesy of Miro Bilan, and then 13-2 when Luka Babic was successful. Big problems then for the home team, who eventually had some good moments towards the end of the first period, as Davis Bertans managed to score for 3. But Cedevita was playing well at this stage of the game, as the team from Zagreb managed to open up a 16-point lead in the middle of the second quarter. Fortunately for the more and more frustrated crowd, Sasha Pavlovic started to become a real threat for the visitors, scoring 2 consecutive 3-pointers and putting Partizan to 10 points behind. When Bogdan Bogdanovic chipped in on one of his own, the tide had seemed to be turning in Partizan's favor, but that hadn't really come through, as Luka Babic continued with the Festival of Trees. Mihailo Andrić at the other end doing exactly the same. When Milenko Tepic scored, it was clear Partizan managed to get into a good shooting rhythm, and the game became much more close and intense. 3 minutes into the second half, and the home team made sure the crowded place exploded in delirium, as Gagic was able to provide a very first lead for the black and white, and a moment later that was confirmed when Tepic punished Bajdaric's mistake. But Cedevita would respond, first Luka Babic confirming his good performance. And then Cedevita took the lead back after a nice piece of play from Ivan Ramljak. Then Bogdanovic stopped the guests from getting away with a new 3-pointer, and while later made sure the home team were in the lead again. Come the end of the third period, we had seen another good piece of play from Ivan Ramljak, and nothing was sure before the last 10 minutes of the game. Partizan was the better team at the start of the last quarter, as they managed to open up a significant lead of 9 points for the first time in the game, courtesy of Pavlovic. The same player was responsible for first stealing the ball, and then took Partizan to a 10-point lead. Oh, we wouldn't wait long for the other side to respond though, as Goran Suton scored for 3 to cut the deficit to 7. Around 4 minutes before time, Cedevita came even closer through Luka Babic, and by the time Miro Bilan scored, Cedevita had come right back in it, as the score was level at 74 and we were in for a blast of a finish. Just 20-odd seconds before the end of the game, Partizan held a minimal lead while holding the ball as well, but Milenko Tepic missed his shot, and Cedevita had a chance to write a bit of history in the few seconds remaining. This is the action, with Milenko Tepic first missing his shot. And then Nolan Smith took the responsibility, and in the very last second of the game, with a desperate shot, somehow found the way to the basket. The crowd went completely silent as they watched the second Croatian team making it to the final against all odds.